So let's take a look at the cards. Now, on the table you can see I have the 4 virtue cards. We have the accoutrement card that tells my opponent I'm in armour. Not that he really needs to know that, but our excellent game designer Samily has this kind of fetish for getting absolutely everything that you need to know about the game visible on the cards. Okay? Your ordinary guards, your armoured guards, I'll leave those face down as they ought to be, your basic hand for your regular deck, your basic hand for your Armour Expansion, and like the regular decks it has a little B in the bottom left corner of each card so you know which ones are supposed to be in the basic hand. Okay, your action deck for regular cards, your action deck for your Armour Expansion cards. Now, your hand is now 18 cards, 12 regular ones and 6 armoured ones. Okay, and that's the basic setup. You can of course make trades exactly the same way you would with any other setting up of the game. Cut. Cut.
Yeah.
So, once the game begins, you need to choose your guard position, and of course you need to choose your guard position based on what you want to play. So if you want to play an armoured combat card, you need to be in half sword, so you need to start in a half sword guard. Okay? Or you can start in a regular guard. Now, when you are about to lay your card down, obviously if you lay it down like that, your opponent knows, and they might know if you're the first person to put the card down, they know it's an armour combat card, and that gives them tactical information that you might not want them to have. So I would recommend playing your card, so getting the card you want to the top, and then agreeing with your partner who can't see your card. Ready, 1, 2, 3, go. So there's no opportunity to change. Okay, I don't think that's in the rules, that's just Guy's top tip for winning armoured combat fights. So, you choose your guard based on what you want to do from it, exactly as with any other game. But, let's say you find yourself in, I don't know, Donna Destra, for instance, and you decide, based on what your opponent does, that you need to be in half sword. So you have quite a lot of cards here. To get into half sword, you need to discard a half sword strike, such as a reversal counter or a mandrital parry or a thrust or whatever. Okay, and that simulates the transition between holding the sword like this and holding it like this. So that's the basic setup. Whoever has the most Audacia, whoever is the challenger has the most Audacia, and they attack and you have to deal with it. Top tip, word to the wise, if your opponent has most Celeritas and you are attacking, make sure you have 2 of the same blow in your hand, otherwise you're going to die when they hit you with a mandrital counter or a reversal counter. Of course they can only play those actions from armoured guards, so that does give you something to think about. Oh, and let me just point out that any time that you're making trades, say 2 for 1 or whatever, you can take your card from either deck. Likewise, when I've hit my opponent with an ordinary blow, say a Madrid Mezzano for example, and he is in armour, and so it doesn't really do very much except tire him out a little bit, I take one of his cards and discard it, but then I refresh my hand with either one of these, and which one you choose will of course depend on your tactical preferences. So, I hope that helps. Thank you for watching, and of course if you have any questions or difficulties with Audacia in general or the Armour Expansion Pack in particular, please do get in touch. You can find us at audaciagame@gmail.com and audaciagame.com.